So today I'm going to be showing you a beginner's nail care routine for 2022. So basically how to prep your nails before you polish them. I did a video like this back in 2020 and I kind of wanted to do an updated version for y'all to start off the new year. So if you like this video, please hit the like button. It really helps me out. And if you have not subscribed to my channel, hit that subscribe button if you like nail videos. So without further ado, let's get started. So my go-to nail polish remover is Zoya Remove. I like this because it basically isn't as strong as acetone, but it removes the polish really well, and it has like additional hydrating properties, and it also preps your nails for your next manicure. So I'm removing my nail polish, and I had a dark nail polish on, so I like to thoroughly saturate the cotton ball and hold it on my nail for a few seconds, and then push down and pull the cotton ball off to make sure I don't get any staining in my cuticle area when I remove this dark polish. Next, I like to push back my cuticle. There's a couple different cuticle removers I like to use. One is by KB Shimmer, but my holy grail cuticle remover is by Sally Hansen. This has been around forever. With the Sally Hansen, you want to apply it, wait 15 seconds, and then take a cuticle pusher and push your cuticles back. So I have two cuticle pushers. One is a glass cuticle pusher, which I don't like as much, but I don't think it removes the cuticles as good as my metal cuticle remover. So I do not cut my cuticles. I just apply a remover and then push them back at least once a week. This is all you need to do. You do not need to cut your cuticles. Your cuticles protect your nail from any infections. So a lot of people cut their cuticles wrong when they use cuticle nippers, so I don't suggest doing that unless you've been properly trained. So I just push my cuticles back once a week and it looks just as good. So I'm just pushing any dead skin off my nail and then removing any excess cuticle remover with a paper towel. And once I'm completely done, I will go and wash my hands to have a clean surface to start on. Next, I'm filing my nails. I like to use a glass nail file. This one is by KB Shimmer. With glass files, you can kind of seesaw, go back and forth to file down your nails because it kind of seals your nails and prevents them from splitting. Whereas if you use like a cardboard type nail file, you're supposed to file in one direction because if you kind of seesaw back and forth, it'll cause your nails to peel. So if you're using a regular cardboard file, be sure to use a higher grit. Those are the ones that you want to use for natural nails. But like I said, I really like glass files. They last forever and you can clean them really well. Some people also like to file their nails with polish on. I typically don't, but that's a good tip if you're looking for a specific shape. Next, I'm dehydrating my nails. There's several ways you can do this. I'm taking a rounded cleanup brush and dipping it in pure acetone and just wiping that acetone on the top of my nails to remove any nail oil. If you have any oils on your nails before you apply your polish will lift sooner. You can also, instead of using pure acetone, you can use rubbing alcohol. And there's also nail dehydrators that you can use to remove oils, but honestly it's just alcohol, so it's just easier to use rubbing alcohol you have at home. I'm applying my base coat. You always want to use a base coat before you polish your nails. This is going to prevent any staining from the nail polish. It's also going to adhere your nail polish to your nails, making them last longer, making the nail polish last longer. So today I'm using Orly Bonder. I honestly don't have a favorite base coat. I kind of just use whatever's closest at the moment. So now I'm going to apply Sapphire Silk by Orly, and I'm going to show you quickly how I polish my nails so that they look more professional or more neat. So when I start off painting the nails, I'm going to wipe off the nail polish on one side of the brush. On the side of the brush that I'm not using, I'm going to wipe off the polish on that side in the bottle. And then I just have like a small bead of nail polish left on the brush. Then I place that small bead of polish kind of like not quite at the bottom of my nails, but kind of up from the cuticle area a little bit. and then you push the nails down a little bit and then pull up, and do as many strokes as you want. You don't have to do like the 3-stroke method. I typically don't. I just kind of keep painting until the whole surface is clear. You want to make sure your nails are kind of stabilized on a table, and you can just kind of rotate your hands back and forth to fully get the nail covered. So you always want to apply thin coats of nail polish and let them dry like 1 to 2 minutes in between each nail polish coat. You don't want to apply a nail polish coat that is too thick, because it's going to take forever to dry and it's not going to set well, and your polish will end up chipping faster. So it's better to do thin coats but more coats than do thick coats and less coats. I hope that makes sense. But don't worry about being too perfect when applying your nail polish. After some practice with doing your nails at home, you'll kind of get the hang of it without flooding your cuticle area. And here's kind of a close up. You see, I don't go all the way to the cuticle area when I first apply that first bead of polish, because I don't want to flood my cuticles. So I apply it kind of towards a little bit farther down from the center of the nail, and then push the brush down a little bit before stroking up. You always want to paint your free edge as well. Your free edge is kind of the tip of the nail. This helps your nail polish stay on a little bit longer as well by painting that free edge. But if you do make any mistakes painting your nails, you can always just clean it up afterwards with a good cleanup brush and some nail polish remover or pure acetone. I actually suggest using pure acetone to kind of clean up your cuticle area, because it gives you that crisp, clean line, and it doesn't take as long as regular nail polish to clean up. But acetone is a little bit hard on your cuticles, so you're definitely going to want to use some cuticle oil after, which I have that included in this video as well. I just have this shot glass, and I just apply a little bit of pure acetone into the bottom of the cup. So this cleanup brush is from KB Shimmer, and it is an angled cleanup brush. There's different types of cleanup brushes, but I really like this angled one because it's very thin. It's really easy to get into the cuticle area. So I actually don't have that much cleanup to do, because I actually took my time, painted slowly, and was really able to stay inside the nails basically. But I do like to make sure it's perfectly rounded to my nail, so I just dip the brush in acetone, and I also have a paper towel near me, so I remove any excess acetone on the paper towel and then just wipe around the edge of the nail to clean up any mistakes that I've made and make everything look nice and rounded and neat. So the last step is to apply top coat. I always use a quick dry top coat because I don't have time to wait for my nails to dry. So I'm trying out this top coat called Seche Vive, and it's like a gel-like top coat. So it's not quite gel, so you don't have to cure it, but it gives that gel-like finish. I really like it. It's kind of a thicker top coat, but still dries very well. It also doesn't chip as quickly as I think Seche Vite top coat does, which is what I typically use. But I really like this one. I'll link it in the description box. It's really nice and glossy. It dries my nail polish within like 10 minutes or less, and it's really a good top coat, so I definitely suggest this one. So after I let my top coat dry for at least 5 minutes, I like to apply some cuticle oil. So this is a very important step after you've done all that stuff to your nails and remove the moisture, use acetone and all that stuff. You wiped out all of your natural oils, so you want to replenish the oils on your nails. So using cuticle oil is a must. My favorite cuticle oil I've been using the past few months is by NBM, called Cuticle Buddy. They have a whole bunch of different scents, and these are like travel cuticle oils, so you can attach them to your purse or book bag or whatever. They're so cute. They smell really nice, and they're made by a small woman-owned business. So I just rolled this along my nails, all around and kind of underneath my nails. You want to do this 2 to 3 times a day to really help your nails grow longer and stronger and healthy. And this is going to also prevent your nails from breaking. If you like the brush form of a cuticle oil, I've also linked another one that I use by Bliss Kiss. In the winter, I really like to use the Balmer by Red Eyed Lacquer. It's this really nice, thick, creamy, like shea butter, coconut oil mixture that's really nice to apply to your nails in the winter to really help keep them moisturized in the dry weather. And I also have been using this little shea butter hand lotion by Butter London. And it's really nice. My skin really loves shea butter, especially when it's cold outside, but it's a really nice thick lotion, but not greasy. It smells really good. And I just apply this to my hands after I finish, and everything is nice and moisturized. And that is my beginner nail care routine and how to polish your nails at home video. I hope you enjoyed it. If you did, be sure to hit the thumbs up and don't forget to subscribe. I'll see you in the next one.